In example 11, we're going to find a missing value, but this time from a graph. So, in our graph, we have a title, Company A's Profit. We have the profit here, that's my dependent variable. And we have the number of hours, which is our independent variable. So we have two questions to work on. The first one is, what is the profit for working 2.5 hours? So I can see from my graph, if I work for 1, I get $8. 2 hours, I get $16. 3 hours, I get 24. But 2.5 is not labeled here as one of these points on the graph. 2.5 hours lies right here, in between 2 and 3, right in the middle. So when I look at values in between two known values, that's called interpolating. And it's estimating inside or in between 2 points that are plotted. So what we want to do, I usually get a straight edge, ruler, edge of your book, and I find my point, 2.5 hours, and I'm going straight up until I hit that graph. Once I hit that graph, I'm going to go straight over using a straight edge, and I want to keep that straight, and I want to say, okay, what's the profit? Well, my profit would be in between, halfway in between 16 and 24. So that would be $20. So using my graph, using my ruler, and this idea of interpolating or finding data in between points, I would get a value of $20 for 2.5 hours. All right, we've got one more to do. What is the profit if I work 6 hours? So let's look at our graph. The problem with 6 hours is it's beyond the values that we know and the values that we have plotted. So again, I can still give you an idea of what's going to happen if this pattern continues. So I would take my straight edge and I would continue that line out. And following that line, then I would be able to say, okay, based on 6 hours, the amount of profit I'm going to get would be here at 48. So let's just draw a line up there just once again to show you. I've extended that line in my graph. I go up from 6 hours till I hit that point. Then I'm going across all the way over until I hit the graph on the dependent axis, and that would be at 48. So for 6 hours, oh, we don't want that pin anymore, do we? We'll get it. For 6 hours, we would make $48 profit. And that idea is called extrapolating. And it means I have to get extra points. I have to go beyond the points that are lying on my graph that I already know. When I extrapolate, I'm assuming that that trend is continuing. So we're continuing in the same pattern beyond what we know to make some predictions about what's going to happen.